The man was shocked to see that the woman in front of him was his wife who had died years ago. He slapped himself in disbelief, but the woman had no idea who this father and son were. Still, the son, who missed his mom dearly, grabbed the woman and took her home. But when they got back, the woman found the once familiar house completely strange. They told her she must have lost her memory due to an illness, and that's why everything felt unfamiliar. Hearing this awkward explanation, the woman seemed to believe it, but Jack couldn't sleep that night, still in shock over what had happened. Late at night, he quietly entered his son's room. While the woman slept, he gently touched her face, then slowly brought his hand near her nose. Feeling the warm breath, Jack realized this was all real. 3 years ago, George's mom Mary had passed away from illness. Before she died, she told George that she was going to heaven, but she would always watch over him as he grew up, and during the rainy season, she would ride the raindrop train to come visit him. So George began to treat rainy days as a promise between him and his mother. He checked the weather forecast every day, hoping the rainy season would arrive soon. And one day, it finally did. That Saturday morning, raindrops tapped gently on the windowsill. It was the sign that his mother was coming home. George quickly woke his dad, threw on his yellow raincoat, and rushed out the door. He ran straight to the village's old train station, a place full of hope. George searched every platform, but found nothing but cobwebs. No sign of his mom. Jack sat down to comfort him, but George's longing for his mother never left his heart. Jack could only carry him back home. But on their way back, as they passed through a tunnel, they suddenly saw a woman sitting by the tracks. George immediately believed that was his mom. Jack quickly covered his son's mouth, telling him not to make a sound. He thought it was impossible that the woman was actually his wife. He didn't believe in fairy tale rain trains, but before Jack could react, George had already run toward the woman, and the moment she looked up, Jack fell to the ground in shock. It really was his wife who had died years ago. In the days that followed, Mary slowly became part of their lives again, but whenever she tried to recall her past, she couldn't piece together any memories. Then one day, Mary found a diary she had written before she died. It recorded the joyful years of her life, as if the memories flowed right back into her mind. Everything felt strangely familiar. The diary also described the sadness of her illness and death, and she saw her son's storybook. That's when she realized why she lost her memory, and why she had appeared in that tunnel. She read the story of heaven. She now understood. She would return with the rainy season, and leave when it ended. That night, Mary watched old videos of George as a baby. Knowing this short reunion was almost over, she cried quietly through the night. Before the rain stopped, Mary taught George how to wash his hair with his fingers, and how to use the vacuum to clean the house. Then one day, the weather forecast announced that the rainy season was coming to an end. Jack and George felt something was wrong. Jack didn't want to lose his wife again, so he got some friends to seal the tunnel where Mary returned. But a sudden storm shattered his fantasy, because they both believed, as long as it kept raining, the one they loved would never have to leave. That night, Mary told Jack that she already knew everything. She thanked him for trying so hard to make her happy, and gently comforted him about her coming departure. She said she would always watch over them from heaven, and told them to live their lives well.